do you know if your financial plan is still on track? It's one of the quiet questions people often carry about their finances. Markets move, headlines change, economic predictions shift constantly. And even though we, as active managers, are monitoring portfolios and making adjustments behind the scenes for our clients, it's still very natural to pause and wonder, am I still doing the right thing? Should I change or adjust something? Is the plan still working like it was designed to? The good news is these questions don't need a million variables to be answered. So in practice, when we review a financial plan, we look at 3 checkpoints. So if you ever want to know if your financial plan is still on track, these are the places that you look first. Checkpoint number 1, has your life changed? So the most common reason financial plans change is actually life events, not markets. Examples of life changes that often trigger adjustments: career changes, retirement approaching or beginning, a new child or a grandchild, moving or large purchase like a house, health changes or caregiving responsibilities. See that a lot now with my Gen Xers, right? Kind of the sandwich generation. Whenever life changes, the plan sometimes needs to adjust to support that new season of life. But if your life circumstances are largely stable, the core structure of your financial plan may still be doing exactly what it was designed to do. So please keep in mind that financial planning isn't about constantly reinventing things. It's about building something that can support your life through many different seasons. So I've had many conversations where someone will say, nothing dramatic has changed. I just want to make sure that we're still doing all the right things. And after we walk through the plan together, they realize the structure still fits their life very well. It can be helpful to pause and ask yourself a simple question. Has anything meaningful changed in my life over the past year that my financial plan should reflect? If the answer is yes, then it's probably time for a review. If the answer is no, then it's often a good sign the plan may still be working just fine. So once we understand whether anything meaningful has changed for you, the next thing we look at is the structure of your financial plan itself. So question 2 is, has the structure of the plan drifted? Even when your life stays stable, financial plans can naturally shift over time. Most commonly, people think about investment allocations as markets move, but there's also things like savings rates, right? You've seen that recently when the Fed changes interest rates and affects your savings. Debt balances evolve. Maybe you pay off some credit cards. Maybe you have to put more on credit card. Cash reserves fluctuate. You've had an emergency that came up and used a lot of your emergency fund. That can be a significant financial change for you. None of these automatically mean that something's wrong. It just means there's an area to review to make sure everything still aligns with your current life situation. So, for example, as markets move, different parts of your portfolio can grow at different rates and allocations can shift. Now, one of the benefits of working with an active investment manager like us is that this is something we monitor and manage for you. So as conditions change, we're regularly evaluating whether your portfolios should be rebalanced or adjusted so they remain aligned with your long-term strategy. In other words, this type of adjustment is part of the ongoing stewardship that happens behind the scenes. Think of this as part of the maintenance process that we oversee together. Just like maintaining a home or a vehicle, occasional adjustments help keep everything aligned and functioning as needed, even in various conditions. So the framing question here is the structure of my financial plan still aligned with its original purpose and strategy? Most of the time, this is simply about some fine-tuning and not rebuilding. Ryan talks about the fine-tuning that he does in his market segment, adapting when the markets change. So once we looked at your life changes and the structure of the plan itself, then there's one more checkpoint that matters just as much and sometimes surprises people. The third question is, has your confidence in your financial plan changed? Sometimes the numbers haven't shifted dramatically, but you still feel uncertain, and that feeling matters. Confidence often simply grows with clarity. So if you feel like you're not sure how the strategy works, if you feel uncertain about what you're doing, or you just don't fully understand why you're doing certain things, why your financial plan is structured the way it is, this doesn't automatically mean that things need to change, but it may mean it's time to revisit and restore your understanding, which helps your confidence. One goal of good financial planning isn't just financial outcomes, it's confidence and peace of mind. So if you ever find yourself wondering, is my financial plan still on track? Come back to these 3 checkpoints. Has my life changed? Has the structure of the plan drifted? Has my confidence in the plan changed? If any one of those areas needs attention, it may simply be time for a thoughtful review. If all 3 remain pretty steady, that's probably a good sign that the plan is continuing to do exactly what it was designed to do. And maybe what you're hearing is just some noise. So financial planning isn't about reacting to every headline or prediction. That will tire you out and drive you nuts. Financial planning is about building something resilient enough to support you through all of life's seasons. So the next time the question comes up, how do I know if my financial plan is still on track? You'll know exactly where to look.